Looks like the power's on, but... Initiate system calibration. Doesn't look like I've got many options. Connect to Star Portal 404. Right, let's not bother with specifics. Relay emergency broadcast on all available frequencies. So that should be enough to get my distress call out. Time to get your wings on. Alright. Looks like we're good to go. This is an emergency distress call. Broadcasting from the planet Gaia. If you're receiving this, please respond immediately. Okay. Now to see if anyone picks up the signal.
Hi, we received your distress call.
Oh, thank goodness someone's actually there. I'm Stella. Am I talking to?
This is Nick. I'm at the, I don't know, space station.
Nick at the space station. That's a relief to hear a name and a place, even if I'm not totally sure what that means from here. So, how did you manage to pick up my signal all the way from Gaia? I'm really curious about that.
Well, we received the signal. I don't actually fully know, but I'm seeing a video feed of you right now, so it must be coming through somehow. How are you sending it?
I'm using a portable communication drone. It's designed for emergency situations like this. It can transmit my location and vital signs through the Star Portal network. I'm actually a bit surprised it's working this well, considering the strong electromagnetic interference on Gaia. But hey, I'm not complaining. The important thing is that we're connected. Speaking of which, I should probably fill you in on my situation. I'm currently trapped inside a life pod that landed on Gaia after an emergency evacuation from our spacecraft.
Oh, well, what happened with the spacecraft?
We were hit by a massive radiation surge, way bigger than we expected. It forced us to evacuate right away. I'm not sure what happened to the others. I just know I made it to this pod, and it's not exactly in great shape.
Okay, well, I have a few questions, but I guess I'll start with how many other people were on the spacecraft with you?
There were 7 of us. Our professor, the team doctor, our navigator, 3 fellow students, and me. I haven't been able to contact any of them since the evacuation. That's what's really worrying me.
Okay, well, we'll work on that in a little bit, but first is you mentioned that there's damage to your pod. Are you okay? Like, how long do you have? Is the oxygen, functioning properly? Give me kind of a rundown.
I'm okay for now. Oxygen's holding, and my suit's monitoring my vitals. But supplies are limited, and I really need to get out of here soon. The main hatch is completely jammed from the landing impact. There's supposed to be an emergency exit, but I couldn't get it open either.
Okay. Well, do you have any tools on board potentially to open the hatch? I mean, do you, first of all, before you even try to get out of the pod, do you know that the air is breathable on the planet and that you'd be able to safely get out of it?
The suit's sensors say the air outside is mostly similar to Earth's, but I haven't done a full atmosphere scan. It's probably safe enough for short exposure, but I wouldn't want to bet my life on it without more data. As for tools, I've got a pistol grip drill, some basic repair tools, screwdrivers, pliers, wire cutters. Nothing too fancy, but it might be enough to work with the hatch mechanisms if we can figure out how they're stuck.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do, but first I want to hear more about the expedition that you guys were on. What was it, some kind of educational thing? You said there was a professor and that you're a student?
Yeah, it was a research program for astrophysics students. We were here to study some unusual solar activity in Gaia's star system. It was supposed to be hands-on training, learning by doing real research. Professor Stenberg was leading the project. He's pretty well known in the field.
Professor Stenberg, now so he, I guess, was kind of supervising this whole thing, and what caused this, like, shouldn't he have been protecting you guys or whatever? Like, why did this accident happen with him, controlling everything?
Professor Stenberg is really experienced and careful. He wouldn't have taken unnecessary risks with us. This was just something completely unexpected. The radiation surge came out of nowhere. Even with all our planning, sometimes these things just happen. He did everything he could to get us to the escape pods in time.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess he did get you to the escape pod at least, so that's good. Okay, so which tool do you think would be usable on the door? But actually, before we think about opening the door, what do you think is the next step for what we should be trying to do here?
Good question. I think our first step should be figuring out why the hatch is stuck in the first place. Maybe there's something obvious we're missing, or maybe we need to dig a bit deeper, literally. As for tools, the drill seems like our best bet for getting some leverage, but I'm not sure what we should be drilling into yet. The repair tools might come in handy once we know what we're dealing with. What do you think?
Yeah, well, can you take a look around the hatch and see if there's any kind of like obvious signs of damage or things causing the problem?
Let me check it out real quick. The frame's pretty bent near the hinges. There's some dented panels around the locking mechanism too. It looks like the impact really twisted things up in there.
All right, so I guess the obvious question would be, how do you want to get off of this planet? Is the escape pod equipped with any stuff that would allow you to fly out of the atmosphere, or are you hoping to find some other craft when you leave the pod? Because we don't want to damage this thing to the point that you can't use it again.
This pod's not meant for escaping the atmosphere. It's just for surviving the landing. To get off Gaia, we'd need to find another way, like tracking down our main ship or another escape pod that might have better equipment. Right now, though, getting out of this pod is the priority. If we damage it too much, it could make things harder for me in the short term. Do you think we should focus on the hatch mechanism first, or look for another weak point in the pod's structure?
Well, I guess the most obvious thing, if the atmosphere is breathable and, you know, there's windows, so I guess we could try to break the windows. That'd be the easiest way to get out, I assume. But first of all, are you capable of doing an atmosphere test just to really make sure that it's breathable?
Let me check the suit's sensors again for a more detailed atmosphere reading. The oxygen levels are definitely close to Earth's, but there's a bit more carbon dioxide than I'd like. It's probably safe for a short time, but I wouldn't want to stay out there for too long without proper gear. As for the windows, they're reinforced for space travel. I'm not sure even the drill could crack them safely, and I really don't want to risk making things worse if it shatters wrong. What do you think about trying to work on the hatch mechanism instead?
Yeah, the hatch mechanism seems pretty good. I'm curious, though, tell me about your background. Where are you from?
I'm from the States. Grew up near the coast. Always loved looking up at the stars. I guess that's what got me into astrophysics in the first place. It's funny thinking about home right now. Feels like a million miles away. But hey, having someone to talk to makes it feel a little less lonely. What about you, Nick? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Jersey at the moment. When you say the States, do you mean the United States? What year is it, by the way?
Yeah, the United States. And it's 2178, though honestly, right now it feels like it could be any year as long as I'm stuck in this pod. New Jersey, huh? I've never been, but I've heard the beaches are nice. Do you like it there?
Yes, where I grew up. I'm at the beach right now, actually. Or I'm not on the beach, but I'm at, a house at the beach. Yeah, I definitely like coming back here whenever I can.
That sounds really nice. I can almost picture it. Though right now, my view is more grasslands than ocean. You know, it's kind of strange to be talking about beaches and homes while I'm literally stuck in a metal pod on an alien planet. But it's comforting in a way.
So you said you're from the States. I didn't catch. Did you say where in the United States you're from? What state? Where'd you go to school? Give me some background on you. Hopefully it makes you feel a little better to think about that stuff in an emergency.
I'm from California, born and raised.
Oh.
I'm actually a student at Mariana University studying astrophysics. It's a great school with amazing professors. Talking about this stuff does help take my mind off things. It's weird how the little details about home can feel so comforting when you're light years away.
Really, I live in California too. Where in California? I'm in Los Angeles, near Santa Monica, by the ocean, I guess. Yeah. Wait, I don't know that university though. Is that when was that university kind of established? Was it after the year 2025?
I'm actually from the Bay Area, more towards San Francisco. Mariana University is pretty new. I think it was founded sometime after 2070. It's a bit of a younger institution, but they've really focused on cutting-edge astrophysics research. Funny that we're both Californians, huh? Makes this whole situation feel a little less, well, alien.
Yeah, both Californians who are, traveling away from home to different degrees, I suppose.
Exactly. Though I have to admit, my away from home is taking it to a whole new level. It's kind of wild to think about how far we've both ended up from where we started, even if it's in very different ways. Makes you appreciate the little things about where you come from, doesn't it?
Wow, I almost just messed that up. Maybe I did mess it up. Uh-oh. Damn. Yeah, it's funny how that stuff works. How old are you, by the way? I don't know if that's rude to ask.
19. Still just a sophomore at Mariana. Nick, I appreciate all the chatting, but I really need to focus on getting out of this pod soon. We should probably make a decision about what to try next, and then I'll need to end this video call to save power.
All right, yeah, I understand. Okay, so we can't use the windows, you're saying. Air is probably breathable, but we probably don't want to, smash something and then not be able to get back in and seal the hatch. So I guess it probably seems like the door is the best thing to focus on, unless you have another idea.
Yeah. The door's our best shot. I'm going to try forcing the main hatch open. Wish me luck. I'll need to end the video call now to save power, but I'll reach out as soon as I can. Thanks for sticking with me through this.
Uh-oh, did I mess this up? Oh.
I'm alive! I honestly thought I was done for. And this is Gaia. It is so surreal that I am standing here. This is wild. No. The others... There was this solar storm, and it was just so much worse than we expected.
All right, well, congrats on getting out of the pod. That's pretty, that's a big deal. And of course, we'll think about trying to find the others. So what do you remember about when you guys escaped? Did you see the direction they went? Did you all kind of go near the same area?
Honestly, it was pretty chaotic. When the alarm went off, we all just scrambled to our pods. I didn't really get a chance to see which direction anyone else went. The pods are designed to scatter for safety, so they probably landed all over. I'm really hoping they made it okay.
Yeah, well, me too. All right, so, well, you had some, scanning stuff that you check the atmosphere. Do you have any way to check for signals from the other pods or from the other suits? Or I don't know if you guys have like chips installed or something to track anything?
My suit has basic emergency tracking. It can pick up distress signals from other pods if they're close enough. But with Gaia's magnetic field and all this interference, I don't know if it's reliable right now. I haven't picked up anything yet. The communication drone I'm using to talk to you is mostly meant for emergency contact, not for scanning or tracking. I really wish I had something better for this situation.
Okay, it'll be all right. We'll figure this out. So you sent me a distress signal, just kind of on all channels, right? Maybe you could do that to try and find them as well?
I did send out a broad distress signal when I landed, but it was mostly aimed at getting help from, well, anywhere. I can try sending out another, more localized signal to see if anyone responds, but like I said, this interference might limit its range. It's worth a shot, though. I just hope someone's out there to hear it.
I'm curious, by the way, how long can you survive on the planet, if you had to stay here, or even if you had to go back to the pod? There's no, like, bathroom or shower, or do you have food? Like, how long can you last?
The pod's got emergency rations. Enough for maybe a week or two if I really stretch it. Water's more of a concern. There's only a couple days worth. And yeah, no bathroom or shower. It's not exactly comfortable. If I had to stay out here, I'd need to find local water and food pretty quickly. The suit's got some basic filtration systems, but they're not meant for long-term survival. I'm really hoping I don't have to test those limits.
All right. So if you had to make a poopy, you would do it right inside the suit then? Is that the idea?
There's a system for that. Let's just say it's not exactly glamorous. The suit has absorbent pads and a pretty good air filter, but it's definitely not something you want to have to deal with regularly. Honestly, the less I have to use those facilities, the better. It's just one more thing to worry about when I'm already trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, probably best not to think about it. Okay, so one other thing before you contact people, do you know, it seemed like you knew about this planet beforehand, but do you know if there's supposed to be any life forms on it? Potentially any hostile life forms? Maybe you shouldn't be standing outside the pod for too long.
Honestly, our records are pretty incomplete. We knew it was Earth-like, with forests and oceans, but there's not much concrete info on actual wildlife. It's supposed to be safe, no known predators or anything, but that's all theoretical. I'm definitely being careful. I'm trying not to wander too far from the pod right now. Better to observe from a safe distance until I get a better feel for things.
Okay, good point. So if it's Earth-like, we should probably assume there's at least some life forms that might be hostile. So do you have like any weapons that you can use in case they show up?
I've got a pistol grip drill and some basic repair tools. Not exactly what you'd call weapons, but they could work in a pinch if something came at me. Honestly, I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm not exactly trained for combat, and I'd much rather find my crewmates than deal with whatever might be out there.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, I would too, but it's not necessarily. We're not talking about what you would want to do. We're just talking about what, if there is something that shows up, you got to be ready for it. So, I guess keep that stuff handy.
Yeah, you're right. Better safe than sorry. I'll keep the drill close. Just hoping I don't actually need to use it. You know, it's weird standing here in all this open space. Makes me think, have you ever felt totally lost and helpless before? Like, you're not even sure what the next step should be?
Yeah, I guess I have. Is that what you're feeling right now?
Yeah, it's hard not to feel that way right now. Everything's so unfamiliar, and I've got no idea what's waiting for me out there. It's strange, though. Talking to you helps. Even if you're all the way back on Earth, it feels like I've got someone to bounce ideas off of, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure that would be a big help. I'm still not sure why I got the signal out of everybody. You know, I'm just sitting here playing my Steam Deck. But yeah, you know, I'm glad I'm able to help.
That's actually kind of cool. Playing video games, and then suddenly you're part of an interstellar rescue mission. Makes me wonder, what were you playing when you got my signal? Anything good?
Yeah, I was playing this game called Whisper from the Star, I think it's called. I just bought it on Steam. It had a little discount because I think it just came out. It seems pretty cool so far.
Oh, new game! I love trying out fresh releases. What's it about? Don't worry, I can multitask. Rescue mission and gaming chat aren't mutually exclusive, right?
Yeah, well, it's a game about a girl who, I guess she crash lands in an escape pod, and you're supposed to use the microphone of your, you know, game system to help her get out of the situation.
Wait, that sounds suspiciously familiar. Is the game secretly based on my life now? I have to ask, how's the gameplay? Does the girl in the game have it easier or harder than I do?
It's pretty fun so far. It seems like a pretty good game. I've never played anything like it, that's for sure. Does she have it easier or hard? I would say that she has it probably about the same level of difficulty as you do. Yeah, I would recommend it if you are interested to play it.
Okay, good to know it's not giving me unfair sympathy points. Maybe when I'm back on Earth, I'll have to give it a shot. Though hopefully my next escape pod experience will be purely virtual. So, Nick, what kind of games do you usually play? Anything else you're really into right now?
I really enjoy Hideo Kojima's games, and right now I'm playing Biohazard, the first one of those, the HD remaster of that. And what else am I playing lately? Oh, I've been playing the Troy version of Total War, which I'm enjoying a lot.
Oh, cool! I've heard great things about Kiima's stuff, though I haven't gotten around to playing any yet. The remake of the first Biohazard sounds intense. I've always been curious about survival horror games. And Total War? That's a whole different kind of survival, right? Do you usually play as a favorite faction or mix it up?
I don't really play those games. I've only played this one because I'm really big into the Iliad, and this one's based on the Iliad. So, yeah, I mean, I played first as Agamemnon, and then now I'm playing as Hector. So, you know, so far experiencing both sides. But there's a bunch of factions, so I'm interested to play all of them.
That's really cool. The Iliad is such an epic story. I can see why you'd want to experience it from both sides. Agamemnon and Hector have such different perspectives. So, which side do you think you're rooting for? Or are you just enjoying the drama of it all?
Well, right now, since I'm playing as Hector, I'm, you know, rooting for Hector, but I don't know, I think it might have been more interesting to play as Agamemnon, just because you are building such a huge conglomerate of factions on your side. But yeah, I don't know. What games are you into specifically?
I'm more into puzzle games and space exploration simulators. Anything that lets me figure things out and learn something new. There's something about solving problems in a virtual world that just clicks with me. Though right now, I think I'm getting a crash course in survival simulator whether I like it or not. What about you? Do you have a go-to genre, or do you mix it up?
I tend to play mostly anything, I guess, whatever I'm interested in. I really like Souls-style games, and I tend to enjoy a lot of like stuff with active sort of combat type stuff. But can you name any specific games that you like?
Oh, definitely. I love Kerbal Space Program. It's all about building your own rockets and exploring the cosmos. It's like the ultimate space nerd game. And I'm also super into Portal. Who doesn't love solving crazy puzzles with a sarcastic robot guide, right?
Yeah, I definitely love Portal and all those games by Valve. So wait a sec. Which Kerbal Space Program are you playing in the year 20... What year is it again? 2170 or something? Is it still on Kerbal 2, or did they come out with like 10 of them by now? And same with Portal. How many of those are there?
Yeah, it's 2178. I've been playing the classic Kerbal Space Program. There was a sequel, but I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. As for Portal, there are only 2 main games, but I've replayed them so many times I've lost count. I haven't kept up with all the spin-offs or anything that came after. What about you? Do you have a favorite Portal moment or character?
Wow, in true Valve fashion, they never did a third Portal, huh? Even after 100 years. Well, I guess that's what I should have expected. Favorite moment? I don't know. I like the first Portal is one of my favorite games. I love the second one too, but I don't remember. I didn't play it as many times. I love when you have to burn the companion cube. I guess that's a great moment.
Oh man, that part gets me every time. The way it just stares at you. You know, it's funny. Portal always felt like this perfect blend of dark humor and clever puzzles. What do you think it is about those games that just draws you in?
I don't know. I think they have a really great writing team, and they also don't give away too much about the universe and the world that they're in at any given time. They kind of let you figure it out for yourself. We should probably get back to the mission, though, at some point, right? Because, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. I don't know if this helps you or not, but, we probably want to find your friends.
Yeah, you're right. I need to regroup and figure out my next steps. I'm going to take some time after this call to think things through and gather all the information I can. Finding my crewmates is definitely the priority. I just hope they're out there somewhere, safe.
Yeah, okay, so let's, try to send out that distress call and see if you can find anybody. And, call me back when you have any info.
Alright, sending out the signal now. Hold on. Wait. I'm picking up something. It's faint, but it looks like a distress signal. It's coming from about 3 miles east of here. I need to track this down. I'm moving towards the signal now.
Huh?